mi amore. This Manfrotto 055 tripod. I've had this for decades now. It's seen a lot of use. It's been abused, thrown around quite a bit. Designed and manufactured in Italy, and very, very sturdy, very heavy. I would walk around with a Hasselblad 500 cm mounted, slide mounted on this, and I would sling this over my shoulder. This is how confident I was of this piece of equipment to have that. Then you're wondering why I'm playing trombone. You'll find out soon. Aluminum tubes, almost all metal construction, almost indestructible, but it's got an Achilles heel. These plastic leg lock levers right here. In our Canadian winters, when it gets really, really cold, this plastic, for some reason, becomes really brittle. And if you just jar this, it just shatters. Over the years, I've been able to, back, like I'm talking like 10 years ago, when we had more and better photo stores in Montreal, I could get these pretty much everywhere. But then these super amazing stores closed down one by one. And of course, they also don't make the 055 anymore. But I did find them online. Photo store, another big one in Toronto called Henry's. Ordered the parts, the leg lock levers, 8 months ago, and got them a couple of weeks ago. And I thought, might as well make a short video out of this. This is what I received. 3 of these from Manfrotto, sent to Henry's, out of stock everywhere. $27 Canadian per little package, but it's well worth it. If I break any more of these, I'm thinking 3D printer for this little plastic part. And then it's got a specialized bolt in there too, a washer, and a nylon lock nut, a nylon lock. It's got one of those locking nylon nuts. Why does this plastic become so brittle? I have another piece of equipment that I now use. It's Rigid's spin auger. They use it to unclog drains. I do more of that now than actual photography, especially conventional non-digital photography. Again, leave it in the car or in the truck and it gets really cold, and this plastic Rigid spin auger, you just jar it, you drop it, you bang it, and it shatters. And I found online an explanation, a simplified explanation for people like me. It seems that plastic molecular structure, the structure of plastic, is like long molecular strands, like spaghetti. Okay, spaghetti. That's what I understand. And as spaghetti, when it's hot, it is slithery and it slides over each other, just like the plastic. As it cools down, it starts to stiffen and it hardens and it gets sticky with one another. It doesn't slide around anymore. So if you're just pouring hot plastic into a mold, it'll conform to the shape of the mold. The spaghetti will conform to the shape of the bowl. The plate, no, put that in a bowl. Same thing, but as it hardens and as it starts drying up, well, it becomes more brittle. And some plastics, when they really, really get cold, like freezing cold, they become so brittle that they shatter. They just break. They don't just crack, they break apart. I think this plastic and Rigid's plastic is the same thing, and I hope that Rigid has fixed their spaghetti by now. Okay, so I've got the parts. I got them 2 weeks ago. I said, let's make a little video out of this. Let's do something. Let's make a clip. And I took the tripod apart a couple of months ago, a couple like 8 months ago, to you know, get the right parts and see what I could do with what I have. And then I ordered the leg lock levers, and I put the extra pieces somewhere. And I've got dozens of little drawers. I've got what I call project boxes of different sizes, that if I'm working on something like the Spritzer, the City Signs, RXM, everything's kintsugi. I've got a broken porcelain teacup that eventually my girlfriend wants to do kintsugi. You know, you use gold leaf and you stick it together, and it gives a broken object even more value. It gives, I could, yeah. So that's there, but I haven't found those missing parts. I've looked everywhere except for where they are. I will find them eventually. And I thought of putting this away until I found those parts. I don't think that's a very clever thing. I think I should attach these to the tripod, and then eventually I will find the other parts, or I'll just, you know, I'll find something else that'll do the trick. I'll find that they're not the levers, they are the you know, stuff like this. Look, let me show you. A bolt, a nut, and a spring. That's all I need. So I'm missing a couple of these. I will find them, and I'll fix it when I get there. But let me show you some things about while I was looking for these missing parts, I came upon several parts that had been taken off, and I found these in different places. Like there's this rubber ding dong thing that fits here. The screw mount. The screw mount was missing also. Found it in another drawer. This it's really clever the way it fits in, and then it locks in here. Now you can lose, right? You can lose your screw thingamajiggy, unless I had to make one of these a little while ago. Like almost like a rubber ball bearing, but it wasn't. Its use wasn't the ball bearing, and this fits into. There goes my trombone again. Fits into here and holds the sliding screw mount in place. I also had to put a new pad in here, but just it's rubber, so, and I stuck it in there. Interesting thing also, the way that this tripod, it's very modular. You can take stuff off, you can add stuff. That's the thing with Manfrotto. A lot of their stuff just clips on. This, what holds the central shaft up here, there is, there's this locking lever. Metal. Thank you, Manfrotto. Metal. If you take this off, you use this as the hex key to tighten or loosen the leg block. Well, what do you call it? Well, what you're not really supposed to unloosen this here, but this is what keeps the legs in place. Yeah, you can tighten this up. Beautiful piece of machinery, but Achilles heel, the plastic. Okay, so this is what you'll need. Let me put this back so I don't lose this. Metal. Okay, if you want to do this, get yourself, first of all, a decent, stylish, and sexy lab coat. Watch the microphone, Bob. There we go. Okay, so we'll put this over on top here. Oh, yeah. Next thing, I'll move the camera over to this side. I'm talking, it's an iPhone. I'll move the camera over to this side. and I'll show you what else you'll need to do this. It's not a complex operation, but you need a couple of basic things, okay? Here we go. Oh. Yeah, ran out of paper today. I'm taking notes for measurements. Okay, is that okay? Yeah, okay, that'll do. Okay, the tripod itself, the parts in question. You'll need a 4mm hex wrench and an 8mm socket. Of course, because this is Europe, it's all metric. Also, an 18-volt 1-amp transformer with a switch on it. A flashlight is always a nice thing to have around. You'll need calipers, digital, put it in metric, an X-Acto knife, and, very important, 2 cloves of garlic, and do not forget a tambourine. Put the cloves away for a sec. Make things a bit easier. Okay, these are some of the missing parts right here. Just the bolts and the nuts. But the levers are okay. So I'll work on that when we get there. Missing these here. To get to this more easily, I'll just use the 4mm, and we'll take the leg off. There we go. Yeah, so I guess 2 go right here. Oh, what a shame. So, here he goes, $27. Actually, 27 and some change. This goes here. And the way this is set up, as you turn it this way, it tightens. Sorry. So this one goes in. Oh, that is nice. And then the also, it's not a nylock, but there's also a oh, you'll also need, don't forget, you might need the installation disc, the CD. If you don't have that, I think you can get that online. See, this nut, it's not the same thing. That is weird. Why is that? Is something... Okay. So that's my new, we'll put the washer in there. Nylon locking, or, you know, the thing. And then, yeah, I've got a bit of a cold. One of the kids showed up a couple of days ago. Well, Thursday or Friday, with a cold. Pass it on to Ellie. Oh, that is too tight. So, loosen that up a bit. And, oh, that is nice. Okay, do the same thing here. Yeah, everything's removable. I did clean up some of the levers recently. This guy, that's weird that I don't have the right nut on one of these. Huh. Ben Colin, as we say in Quebec. This guy goes here. And I'm missing a washer too. What the heck? Is it at least the right size? It is, but it's not a locking nut. Okay, I'm putting this one aside, and I will, I'll just go to Home Depot and I'll get the right one. So I'm missing a washer and the correct nut. That's horrendous. There we go. Okay, this guy here, 8mm. I said 8, right? I believe it's 8. Yeah. Tighten this up. Just enough. Okay, that's loose. Tighten that up. And, oh, that is nice. This thing does not slip. Now, I noticed also there were springs that I don't have with this kit. These, this one doesn't have a spring. This one has a spring. Well, I'll keep working on this. But it does give you some kind of idea of how this works, right? Let me clip this in here. Damn it. That's damn cold. So, still in love with this piece of equipment, but it's missing. I'll have to, sorry, this is incomplete, but I will get the right parts. So we didn't even get to use anything, Well, everything was useless. I'm sorry. Oh, I'll do better next time.